Hi guys, in this video I want to talk about Citrix and performance that we can help with in terms of helping with Citrix troubleshooting. So ExtraHop has licensed the ICA protocol from Citrix, and we have very good visibility into the front end of Citrix to tell you, who are the users, what applications they're accessing, what's their latency interacting with that application. What's the load time? That's the amount of time to load an application to be usable by somebody. So, so the power of ExtraHop is not just the front end. It's actually the supporting infrastructure that allows Citrix to work. So how does your DNS perform? How does your Active Directory setup perform? What about your shared folders? What about roaming profiles for CIFS? All these different pieces together make up Citrix. And so Citrix is an ecosystem. So the power of ExtraHop is to be able to look at all these different pieces and tell you where the problem is. In this scenario that I'm going to talk about right now, is just from the main dashboard here, looking at the client performance. You can see the maximum load time. Somebody's taken about 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes to load an application. And you can quickly see, we're sorting here by average load time for per user, and you can see this user Ken P took about 2 minutes to load an application. You can see when in time this user has experienced this problem. So you get something like this, and the first thing you can do is search for that user in our global records query. So perform a global records query for this user Ken P. It's going to take you directly to the records so you can explore the data. And this string Ken P has appeared in different record types. But what stands out to me here is the number of CIFS records that are way out of proportion to everything else that we see. So this is a Citrix event, so you can see the Citrix open, the close, the tick. You can see the interaction with Active Directory, like I mentioned before, the interaction with CIFS. So in this case, this piques my interest. I'm going to click on CIFS, or filtering only on the SMB or CIFS protocol. And from here, you can see a bunch of errors, but what I'm more interested in is to look at the methods. And once again, you see the read method is a lot more than anything else. It really stands out, 23,000 transactions. So you'll see the records come down to 23 now, 23,000. And from here, if you'll get that same view that you're used to. The client IP, the server IP. So this would be the XenApp server talking to the CIFS server. And from here you see the share. It's actually for roaming profiles. So this user is pulling the roaming profiles from the CIFS share. And what's interesting here is that you can see the user's pictures coming in through, and you can see the amount of response bytes coming in. And this happened around 1:30 p.m. So you can see when in time this happened. So I want to go in and take a look at the resources. So these are the actual files that this user has been pulling from their roaming profile as they're loading their Citrix application. And you can see all the wedding pictures and so on, Christmas pictures and so on. So this very, very quickly shows you the actual issue here is that this user, this was an actual event that happened in one of the hospitals in the US, where a doctor was moving from one computer to the next, and his roaming profile was misconfigured. So basically it was pulling all his vacation pictures every time he logs into a machine to be used as a screensaver. So as you can imagine, every time he moves to another machine, the whole roaming profile gets pulled down with gigs and gigs of pictures. That was the cause of slowing him down and slowing other people around him down. And of course Citrix was to blame, but at this point it was a simple check mark to disable his roaming profile, and everything was good to go. This was happening at this hospital for over 2 months, and they couldn't figure out what the problem is until they put ExtraHop in, and by looking at the wire data, was very simple, very simple for ExtraHop to figure out what the problem is, and much easier even to fix it. So I hope this has been helpful, and thank you for watching.